Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the April 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this week, or excuse me, this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I do apologize, Gemini. Obviously, I'm feeling a little under the weather, so my voice is not great today, but we will get through it nonetheless. So let's go and get started. Column number one, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up, or excuse me, column number one, we're going to take a look at any big items coming for the month of April. Column number two, we're going to take a look at anything related to money. Column number three, we're going to take a look at anything related to love. And our fourth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides, which is almost like advice for the month of April. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, column number one, those big items coming for the month of April. Taking a look here, we have the summary affirmation card of expectation. I love this. I feel like I haven't seen this card in forever either, Gemini. So nice to see. I think April's going to go better than expected. Lots of positive things coming on. Outcomes are better than expected. There's just a lot of good happening. So better than expected. So expectations, exceeding expectations. All right, let's take a look now, though, what messages are coming through here. All right, so first up we have the Devil card. I do want to caution you, Gemini. So when we have the Devil card, this is a card of like overdoing things. This is like greed, envy, materialism, obsession. Just really, again, overdoing things, overthinking, overeating, oversleeping, over gossiping, anything that's in abundance and not in a positive way. So just be aware of that with the Devil card. Make sure you're not overdoing things. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't share too much information. Don't go on any wild shopping sprees. Be really focused on kind of moderation and just not overdoing things, okay? Just a word of wisdom. The next card we have is the Justice card. I'm not surprised to see this because, again, we had the Expectations card and things exceeding expectations. But with the Justice card, this is like cause and effect. So you've done a bunch of good work and you're going to reap the benefits of that good work. So I love to see that. Very favorable outcomes for you, consistent with things exceeding expectations. This is also really good if there's like legal matters, contracts, things of the court. This is going to be really favorable for you. Good progress, positive outcomes there for you. Again, better than expected. The next card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card. This is like the things that we want long term. So our desires, and so we're moving towards those desires. I will say I feel like this is going to be a huge chunk of it. What I want to say here is I feel like you're getting something you've been wanting, I guess is a better way to put that, Gemini. All right, let's take a look now at our clarifiers, see what other messages I can give you here. First up, we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. This is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. This is interesting. So I feel like we need to be careful that we're not overdoing a certain relationship. So keep that in mind. Also, yeah, there's something that could be overdone in terms of love. Also, there could be like a little bit of like the keeping up with the Joneses type energy, which we don't want to fall into that trap, right? Where it's like, so-and-so did that, so we need to do that. So don't let there be competition or challenges or that kind of envy between relationships either. So just because your friend went and did something does not mean you need to go and do something and or do it better, right? The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, I feel like it's been kind of bumpy. It's been kind of rocky. Getting to this outcome, getting to this favorable point, especially for those legal matters, contracts, things of the court. But again, I like to see this now favorable outcome for you here. So, but I feel like this is just indicating that it hasn't been the smoothest or easiest path there, Gemini. At the bottom we have the Page of Cups. This is another love card, so again, being very thoughtful with those love relationships. But this is also being studious and hardworking, so kind of echoing that message with the Justice card of the cause and effect. So we've worked really hard, and then I feel like we're obtaining something we want. We're getting one of those desires fulfilled in the month of April, so that's really neat to see. All right, so moving on to our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. So a quick money message for you. It's okay to miss money, but imagine how it would feel if money missed you. Do things to attract and seduce money. Like attracts like. Make money want to be around you. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. First up, we have the Knight of Wands. This is a card of taking action. So do be prepared to take action to make moves this month. That's what I'm hearing here, Gemini. So you're going to have to take action on career things. You're going to have to make financial moves this month. There is a nice sense of freedom though. So I feel like you could have some time off. So a little bit of freedom from work potentially, or financial freedom, which would be really good. So perhaps there's money coming in that's providing that kind of sense of financial freedom. But I'm hearing you need to be ready to make moves. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. So again, we have this fourth cup here. This is like surprise gift. This is, I think, again, you're getting something here. You could potentially be receiving some money. But there is like this kind of discontentment, this lack of fulfillment, this unhappiness. And I think more than anything, that's what we need to make a move on is what action are we taking? How are we going to free ourselves from that discontentment? At the bottom, we have the Five of Wands. This is rivalry, obstacles, challenges. So there's just like bumps in the road. It's recurring. Things keep popping up that we just don't love. So how do we, one, obtain financial freedom here, Gemini? So what actions need to be taken there? Then how do we also free ourselves from this kind of lack of contentment, this apathy, right? Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a card of decisions is what I want to say here. So this can be a relationship card. For some of you that could be applicable, but anytime we have two of something on a card here, Gemini, this is really going to be a card of decisions. So again, what actions are we going to take to move towards that financial freedom? What actions are we going to take to correct this kind of feeling of apathy? So this is really a call to action this month. So this is you needing to make changes. This is you needing to take action. The next clarifier we have is the Ten of Swords. We kind of feel like we're in a low spot. I'm not surprised because, again, there's this kind of discontentment, this lack of fulfillment. There's, of course, desires or wants for more. And at the bottom here, we have the Five of Wands on top of the Five of Wands. So, again, it's just like recurring issues. Things keep coming up. There keeps being challenges. So I'm not discrediting, like, you've definitely felt this way for a reason. You didn't just get here without cause, right? But again, this is a call to action. What changes are you going to do? What things are you going to do to get you to that financial freedom or kind of break this cycle of apathy, lack of fulfillment, overcoming these challenges? All right, moving on to our next column, we have anything related to love. So a quick love message to get you started here. It says power. You instinctively know what is right for you and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Gemini. First up, we have the Chariot. I love the Chariot. Somebody once described this to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. And I do feel like journey is the big thing here. We are trying to accomplish something. This also, yeah, let me leave it at that. So I feel like we're trying to accomplish something in terms of love here. So we're on a love journey of some sort. There's something we're trying to accomplish related to love. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a card. Anytime we have an ace card, it is a card of newness. But I feel like we're getting clarity, we're getting information, and we need to keep adjusting our path, keep adjusting our journey as we learn new things. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can be a busy card. You can take a look. There's something different happening in each of these cups. But it is also kind of non-committal energy. And I feel like before we haven't been able to fully commit because we didn't know all of the information. But what I'm hearing here, it's like as you get information, we need to adjust the path that we're on. Stay on the journey, but adjust as we learn new things. And I think this kind of non-committal energy will clear on its own. We'll be more willing to commit there. Let's take a look at our clarifiers now, see what other messages I have for you. First, we have the Justice card. We talked about the Justice card earlier. This is very much so like cause and effect. This is gaining clarity, potentially, which we saw that with the Ace of Swords, so finding out that information. But if you keep pushing for this, I feel like it's going to be really successful. The Justice has that favorable outcome. There could also be legal contracts, things of the court tied in here as well. Maybe that's part of the bigger journey as well. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. So many repeat cards for you today. But with the Knight of Wands, this is again you taking the action and making the changes. So as you find out information, as you get clarity, you need to adjust accordingly. At the bottom, we have the Six of Swords on top of our Seven of Cups. I agree that this is just going to clear up for you. Again, I feel like this non-committal energy, as we continue on the journey, as we continue to get information, that will kind of ease. Let's take a look now at our fourth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of magnetism. I love this. I'm a big time manifester, Gemini, and this is right up that alley. So you attract the things that you're thinking about. You attract the things that you want. So we need to be thoughtful. See how this is like a mirror image on this card here, Gemini? So it's like what you think, this is what you're receiving. So we need to make sure that we have really positive thoughts, that we're very strategic, that we're very intentional, that we're clear on what we want. And it needs to be positive. I always tell people, like, let's say you want more money. Well, you can't, or let's say you want to get out of debt. You can't say, no debt, no debt, no debt. All the universe hears is debt, and that's how we get more debt. We need to think of something like abundance of money, right? So be thinking of it in a positive way. So whatever you're thinking is exactly what you're going to be receiving. I think we're set up pretty well here though, Gemini. Looking at our cards, first up we have the Sun card. This is material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. So I love that. Especially the success. Be thinking about attracting that success to you. Be thinking about the happiness it's going to bring, the joy, the contentment. But once we get on that high frequency, that high vibration, it's really easy for things to come in. The other part of that is love, and that's with the Strength card here. This is self-love. This is self-respect. It's unconditional love. Love is the highest frequency, the highest vibration of all, Gemini. So again, we need to have this very positive, joyous outlook. We need to have this very love perspective outlook. Those are going to be how you attract the things that you want. Also, we have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom. This is typically a card of waiting or delay. What I'm going to tell you is do not worry about when these things will come. Just focus on the things that you want. Think about the happiness, the joy, the love to attract what you want. Do not worry about the timing of it here, Gemini. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. So first up, we have the Four of Swords. This is like rest, retreat, renew, recover. Again, we kind of need to recover our energy. It's feeling a little shaky right now. We need to get into this happy, this content, this joy, this success, this love mindset. So we're thinking about restoring that kind of energy for yourself. The next card we have is the Eight of Pentacles, a card of enjoyment. Again, think about the joy, the happiness, the success, the love around these things. The more you do that, the more you're going to receive, Gemini. And at the bottom here, we have the Emperor. This is very strategic, very long term. So think big picture and do not worry about timeline as to when you'll obtain these things, right? I just realized this was, oops, not in the camera that well. Okay. All right, Gemini, now I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We have our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Five of Spades, number 6 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the 45, or the number 40, excuse me. Question number 2, we have the Jack of Clubs, number 45 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the Ace of Diamonds, number 9 card. That's going to be a no. So no, yes, no there for you, Gemini. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of April. You have Amber, which is good for creativity, warmth, candor, happiness, and joy. Happiness and joy. Let me hit that home for you. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes card, or Healing Notes deck. Your note says, courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. All of that helps me greatly as I'm trying to grow my channel. Also, you'll be notified when I post new content if you're a subscriber. I did also include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Gemini, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your April.